blowing everything off. I'll show you where I am and how it looks like today. Almost back to how it looked like when Alfred was here. Very strong full moon tide coming right up. Here, this is the energy, this is the incoming energy, this is the energy from the moon that is moving the waters, and we are water bodies, 99% or even more on a molecular level. So the rock is solid life again, and yeah, holding our balance, holding our stability. The moon is the full moon peaking is happening very shortly. We are in it like right now, in the peak of it. So you might be somewhere where it's night right now. I have morning here. We are all connected, we are all feeling it because we are on one planet and it's all interconnected. Into the communities. Yeah. Let's drink some water together before we go deeper in. So as I drink, maybe you saw what I shared yesterday on the page about the quality of this water that goes so deep into the cells that it detoxes and wakes up. There is proof to that. There is many talking about that. There is scientific proof of that. The molecular hydrogen when it goes in, and this water, it's 50 years old, these machines that make it. Ionized water, electrolyzed. So when lightning hits the ocean and so on, we need lightning, we need the spark of electricity. Yeah, we need electricity. No electricity from our house and so on, from our field, our towns. We also know how it is when we don't have electricity and everything is dead in that way. We are also electrical beings. Many years ago, I did some courses with all the electrics and monitors, and sometimes electricians become actually more physicians. This water is electrolyzed and hits our body and wakes us up. I got the vision, I got the clear guidance from my higher self, from my soul, from God, from Source. It's all one, all coming down. After a storm in which I went outside and stood in it, and I worked with it, also in my house. Came in, I let it electrolyze myself, and then I was guided to this water. Yeah, and sometimes we are not ready to see it. I was introduced to this water maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and I didn't get it then. So I waited so many years. There's no regrets, it's always divine timing, and if I would have listened more, well, anyway, it wasn't meant to be. But now we are in a different time. There is no time, but we are at a different point in our ascension journey. because we are shifting. Like yesterday, we've had the Schumann resonances going off the chart. We are the energies that come in are so strong. We need a different physicality to work with it. That's why so many are getting sick and not coping with this, because our bodies need new. They need to be operated with anew. And depending on who we are as starseeds, where we come from, our Lemurian energy and so on, our Blu-ray energy, we used to be very in tune with water. We know this, yeah, and when our ancient gifts wake up, our memories wake up, then we know. And this is like the light is coming fully on now, because this is my soul speaking. This is God speaking through me, source energy speaking through me. And yes, I feel passionate about it because it's also so simple. You can waste, we can waste. I speak only for myself because it's your own unique path. This is only my sharing, my experience. Changing my water to this water. I'm not taking supplements and all that anymore, because this water is then filled and turning on my vitamin production in my body, my antioxidants, my absorption of the minerals here in nature. I can stand on rocks and absorb it and so on. So my need from what I get from food has changed a lot through the absorption that has increased of my body through this water. So this is very important for our current ascension process, where we have to enlighten our bodies. We have to lighten the load. We have to lighten the load on this planet as well, as everything is shifting and collapsing, and companies collapsing, and everything is collapsing. The oil doesn't work anymore. So as I began stepping here onto this floor, of this dance floor, onto the sand this morning, I was tuning so deeply. I was just feeling freedom, freedom, freedom. And last night I shared a post about the Aqua Phoenix movement. You know, I'm here to create, to be the freedom that we are all stepping into. Those of us who are. And real embodied freedom, we need to enter uncertainty, and that can be very scary. The uncertainty of not knowing how your day will unfold. Yeah, and to anchor just into the deep trust and the alignment with Source and your soul, our soul, and the earth, and being a clear vessel. But this movement of freedom, this is a creation of something that doesn't exist yet. And I was never meant to fit into anywhere or follow and be pressured into any systems, any. So no matter which system I enter or am with, I am in there to create something new, not to follow the old. So I can be in a 50-year-old system or company, but I am in there to create something new. So this movement, the Aqua Phoenix movement, is new. It doesn't exist yet. We are creating it together. Immersing it. I have been immersing it. And that movement is about freedom, sovereignty, soul, embodiment, and collaboration. missing life. Yeah, and the way the companies are collapsing, even if you have a secure job, AI is coming more and more in, and also with all that is happening with the financial market around the whole world, plus the earthquakes and everything is shattering. So anything that was secure isn't secure anyway anymore. So I am standing for the only thing secure, the only thing safe is my intuition, my three brains, so that I trust my intuition. My gut brain has to be on, my heart brain and my head brain working, all three working together. I trust my soul and source. I trust God. I trust the unknown. And that has been really fucking hard. It has been very hard to see that and to surrender to that. Anyone would agree with it, who has been going through it. To create a movement that doesn't exist yet, where we're getting up every day, every moment, resurrecting ourselves further to trusting this guidance and keep creating it. This is like this country I'm sitting on, Australia. Pioneers have come here. They had to trust. They had to trust people who are starting a new movement. If you are sailing and you are on an expedition, you have to trust this ocean. You have to trust your mind. You have to trust something higher than yourself. You have to trust God, that you are staying safe out there. And you have to trust your intuition that knows exactly when to anchor and when to take off. Yes, you have tools that tell you, like, the machines that tell you how the waves are and the weather and the tides. And there is a very big element of the unknown, which every person who works with the ocean, operates with the ocean, knows. If it's a surfer or a sailor, and these beings also connecting with the ocean, they can be these special codes. And I'm very honored of my relating with sailors, because they've given me powerful messages and of the ocean and of God and the flow of life, where we have to go with the currents. That is the current sea. We have to trust when to go somewhere there, and that is utter freedom. And I was groomed for freedom also by my parents. And what could have be seen as painful or wounding, or this has been making us. When we go right into our wounds, that's where we find the light, and when we bring the wisdom back, that is what the wounded healer does, to know why something happened, and then to see, it had to happen this way, so I can be where I am today, and bring this through, because we are here as souls, and we had to go through really hard and full experiences and lessons, like to be chiseled like a diamond. Yeah, to learn through that, to be trained through that, to discover what love really is, to discover our soul's journey. Yeah. Hello, Rosie. Good morning. Beautiful greetings to you, sister. Thank you for coming on. Sitting in the wind with me. So, yeah, and really intuition. So, right now, the peaking full moon energy. Are you outside right now, if you are in a zone where it's night? Or did you go outside last night? If not, go outside tonight. Just a recommendation. It's very powerful to stand standing for freedom, putting our own soul online, and creating our own way, living the freedom, being the freedom, that's what we need. A lot of our soul training to become together. That's a field that has already been created. All these different ideas creating this amazing model where we can come together to, in that, create our own freedom. Not really. There's lots of guidance in there. Lots of guidance. That is the entrance portal to the waters. The water isn't the be end. The end all. How do you say that in English? It's not the end. It's like the beginning of the rebirth. By starting with our body, bringing it back online, bringing it back to life, and then not alone in it, but together. Good morning, Steve. Beautiful greetings to you, dear brother. If you've been out surfing, you know you're very in tune with the ocean. And as I was speaking about that before, it's very, very radiant. Yeah. So we're being swept up again, activated, fully activated by the waves and the light of the water. So coming together via water is so powerful. As water, the consciousness of water connects. This is in our body too. The water meridians, the kidney, bladder meridian, linking with the fire meridian, the heart, the small intestine. But water connects, the oceans connect the continents on this planet. The rivers connect. They are used to transport material along. Our creek here connects to the ocean. I live by the creek, and that creek I live by flows here into the ocean. And in our body, blood is also a kind of water. And when we test also people before they drink the return to oxygen water, this hydrogen molecular rich Kangen water, before they drink it, the blood is often clotted and not moving. And then the being is stagnant. That creates clots and digestive issues and so on. Mental problems. Electricity of the current in our body brings about stagnation. So when we bring this water into our body, it's tested by naturopaths. So looking at live blood analysis before and after, the blood cells start to circulate. Everything is open and flowing and moving. So that's why everybody who drinks this water, unless they're very resistant and not drinking it fully or whatever, but everybody I know who drinks this water feels energized, feels electrolyzed, electrified, and then from that energy is able to create a new life. That's why when the water machine comes, the box says, change your water, change your life. Because it's a promise that your life is going to change. Yeah, but lots of people are also scared of change because it does really change. And change can be very uncomfortable. But you have to change to break through out of the old. This is like the current change on the planet is uncomfortable. There's floods and there's storms and there's earthquakes and wars and collapses of everything. It's uncomfortable. So the anchor point for that is only to be found within us and also in communities. Yesterday I drove out to down south here, and whenever I drive out, there's a strong community here where I live in the village. We have no fences, we have a community center, we are a community. Yes, we have our issues too with each other, as every community does, and every family in our own bodies, until we are fully there in unity. But driving out, there is houses after houses in the suburbs, or communities like complexes built close to the beach, on a cliff, literally. There's house after house after house. They are concrete walls. They have a fence around each other. There's hardly any space for garden. And when you drive in there, there's a feeling of isolation. There isn't a community feeling around. Houses cost like 5 million, 8 million, 3 million. And there is no community yet. Everybody lives in their box. Most are also working somewhere else all day long, not even able to enjoy their house. All the houses are rented out for Airbnb, so they are like heartless, empty, unless some souls visit them and put heart into them. But this is the lack of community where we live, so restoring that wherever we can, because that's what most souls are longing for, without even knowing it. What people long for, to come back into community and unity, out of the isolation and focus on materialism. So the water connects as well. Water first of all restores our connectivity in our body. That's what I share as well as a body talker. I connect the energy and linking that with water, channeling the water around, your body comes back into unity. And then your soul coming in and your divine spirit, your body, your soul, unity. And then you are able to really connect with others. We are then able to really connect with others and come back into unity, in community. And so with this water, people are experiencing that, and then we are forming the communities. So when there's these arguments against network marketing and I'm not doing this ever again, or this is very different. When we are coming from this, we automatically want to collaborate with others and not do things for our own. We cannot do it alone anyway. So that's what we are opening up to, because we have also never been alone on a soul level, and everything here is interconnected. This includes trees and grasses and animals, all souls in beings, rocks and animals and humans. But we here as humans have a special task. We are helping bring everything back into unity. We are helping and waking up so we see the animals again. When I drove out where I went yesterday, on my way back, you can see the life from yesterday with the 13 pelicans. And then I sat with a duck. She was all alone, and we spent quite a long time together, just hanging out, coming closer and closer, sitting right next to each other. It was very, very touching and beautiful. I shared her in my post last night about the Aqua Phoenix movement, because the movement is also about bringing everything together and opening us up to relate with each other fully and with all of life on this planet. Because the animals are waiting for us to see them, to speak with them silently via telepathy. And we have always been communicating telepathically. We feel each other. And the phones and this also, the soulful media has allowed us to learn that also. And we can meet here with voice as we are opening up to express. And through this, other can hear us and find us. And we are just finding each other through it. So it's so beautiful you to with me on here this morning and feeling us really being together. And your souls bring this through with me. Your energy here with me in this space as a sacred Trinity. We are bringing this through together. We're just the voice of God speaking through us, the voice of Source, however we call that oneness that guides us all. It's not in a human form, it's not a man or a woman. Even when we say God or Goddess, this is just the part of the expression that we all are. We are all a part of that. As are these beautiful grasses and leaves here in front of me. As are the waves, all one in the ocean, and this beautiful light electrolyzes us. Electrolyzed water turns us on, turns our soul on to come in. That's what I'm guiding to. Turning the souls on to come online. That's the empty houses that we see in the suburbs, reflected from the lands that have empty bodies. If our soul is not fully in our body is empty. Then it's open to be manipulated and trying to fit into other people's bodies or latching onto things. When our soul is fully in our body, we are sovereign, then we are free. Only then we are free. Otherwise we might think we are free, but thinking in the head doesn't make us free. Also no amount in our bank account that's sitting there makes us free. That can be gone in a day, in a flash. I've heard so many people speak about that. They were millionaires and they created these companies and then bang, it was all gone. Yeah, that doesn't make us free. It doesn't mean anything. It might make us free for a while, but that is not the true freedom. True freedom is our embodiment of our soul and realizing that we have always been free. And then out of that creating and living a life of freedom. Yeah, and for that we need to often leave things. We might have to leave a marriage, we might have to leave family or anything that holds us trapped. Because we are free. Yeah, we need to fly free. And then what is meant to be together is always coming together in the physical, if that's meant to be. Otherwise we are connected anyway through the web. World Wide Web is our energy network, our soul network that connects us always. And we are so embodied, we feel each other. And we don't need to hold on to anybody. We don't need to put a ring on anybody's finger. We don't need to create a house that locks everybody in or puts everybody into cages. We don't need to create robot humans that are just totally listening to our domination. No, that's all not freedom. So, freedom is free spirit language that we are. And bringing that through the last few days, 3 days ago I felt I was so deeply connected with the birds again, and I was it, but that day I had this longing to be a bird. I just felt like, oh my god, I want to be a bird, but I am a bird. Why are girls called, or women, why do we call them birds? Why do we call people birds? Because we are free spirits, we are birds. And this is the shape-shifting of our soul, our multi-dimensional self. It has these different aspects of us are entering. We are also feeling this longing for it. I can be like, oh, I want to be a bird, and then realizing, well, I am. In a way, I am. And I can connect with the birds and receive energy and in another dimension. souls. The soul tribe is in there. We are all in there already, flowing in sync, in true prosperity, which comes out of unity, that we are in community. And yes, then when the time is right, we are all coming in the physical together. We are already. We're just stepping deeper into it. So that's the energetic platform I've been holding and creating, but it's invisible. We can only feel it, and for that we have to be open. This is like open to see the love that comes out of the tree and the grasses. What I shared in my story this morning, when we see love coming out of everything, that's bliss. And then we don't need to take anything. People drink alcohol to feel bliss, or they take substances to feel bliss. That's all just a gateway sometimes to open it. Yes, the psychedelic resonance and so on is here because people open with it. The sacred medicines that open the portals to this, what is our natural state, so that we then can embody it and live it without anything from the outside, because we are that. And yes, these medicines are very important and very helpful and very necessary, because we have been so in amnesia and so blocked and so turned off, as is the sacred medicine of this water, first and foremost. Because if you take these medicines, it has got the capacity to shift. It will just stay in experience and you go right back to where you used to be. Because the body needs to be able to embody these higher states of consciousness. And if we don't have a male body that is flexible and that has the waters working correctly and the three brains, the embodiment is very difficult and often not possible. That's where we see states of inflated ego, where we see spiritual bypassing, where we see people, souls that have been gone and disembodied, disassociated from sacred medicine journeys, because it's not embodied properly. And the sacred medicine of water is highly important in the embodiment process. Some things did not shift for me before drinking this water. And then also having a vehicle, that opened me up to speaking and sharing and creating this movement. So where all sacred medicines are united and everything is being utilized and everything is there together and unified in this field. So last night, today, yesterday, and I have a snake on my deck. She's shedding her skin. So I'm in a deep void space, and I've been silent and very deep in. So I'm just sharing this now, and then I go back to silence and keeping shifting, as I am the embodiment of what I'm sharing, and I have to do this inner work first. And I'm coming out now. I've been for the whole year and sharing with you, so you can feel if you are aligned and you can receive this transmission. You can come closer in, or you can stay where you are, whenever you are guided to. You know where I am. It's like you know where the ocean is. And yeah, the Schumann resonances, the energies coming in right now is very powerful. The heart energy of Gaia helping us shift. The solar energies coming in. And we are shifting with it as these waves are. This wind is telling us this morning here. We are shedding, we are transforming, and yeah, when we are way showers and we're doing it first, then it goes quicker. Yeah, it's like these people that build the roads here. Oh my God, they must have gone through. Yeah, then we now can just drive easily over restructured, so it has helped my body to shift. That otherwise it's bypassing the physicality. We cannot bypass the physicality anymore, nor can we bypass Earth, our humanity, and the planet. Yeah. So, I'm going into this ocean as I leave this mountain here, this hill, and I'm sending this all into the grid. And thank you guys for being on here, and thank you for receiving, and feel free to share. So this message that is from source just goes around to whoever needs to hear it. If you like it, that helps the algorithm. Thank you for that, and yeah, deeply grateful for all of you. I see your souls and all that you are. Not what you do, but what you are. And out of that, the most beautiful doing unfolds. Not to fit in, not to be validated or be approved. When we see ourselves and are seen by another for who we truly are, then we come home to ourselves, really loving ourselves, being love, being sovereign, and sharing that with the world. Not a copycat of anybody, but who we truly are. In everything. Our light, our shadows, our good, our bad. There isn't any good or bad. It's all one. In the new earth, it's all one. And then if we want to stay trapped in the duality, that's the loop we're going to stay in. We're going to stay in good and bad. We're going to stay in that loop of polarity. In the unity, it's all one. It's all for dropping down into love. That's the ocean and consciousness. Yeah. Oh, I hadn't thought there was so much coming through this morning. And thank you guys for being here with me and holding the space and creating the space for all this to come through. And what the light is doing, that's what the water is doing in our body. Literally turning us on, turning the mitochondria on. This is how our cells look like when they are functioning properly. Like beaming like a lighthouse. The mitochondria flashing, giving us energy. And then we become the lighthouses to guide, to just shine our light by being embodied. So, love and blessings. Love and blessings from these sacred waters to you. Have a beautiful day and full moon energy. We're peaking right now in it. Full illumination. And shedding with my snake. Blue eyes she has right now. And then we will come out in a few days, very